Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Bushcrafty Cooks, and today we are going to do another carnivore and a Tuesday dumps. So it's one of those easy meals that you can just dump all together and then cook it up. To start off with, we are going to dump some bacon up on the cutting board here. One really thin piece and a couple thick pieces, so about 3 pieces. Usually what I like to do is chop them in half, chop them, and then dice them up somewhat. And I really need to get some sharper knives, but this one will do. I sharpened it a little bit. Bacon is the most irritating thing to chop up really small, but it's not too bad. We're going to give this a little chop. Technically this is going to be like a garnish. This is not going in the mill, other than a little bit of the grease at the beginning. So once we get this chopped up to where we want it, looks pretty good. We're going to cook this all in the Instapot. Plop it over here. See if I can get this thing over close enough. There we go. Go ahead and put it on a saute, which I'm not sure which one that is. That's not it. Cancel. That should work. And we're going to saute this up until it's nice and crispy. And that way it'll be good for a garnish at the end. And did I say what we're making yet? We're making carnivore cheeseburger soup. Yeah, that's it. Carnivore cheeseburger soup. I got it. Okay, so we'll be back once this starts getting and doing its thing. Okay, I really wish we had smell-o-vision, because there's nothing better than the smell of bacon when it's frying up. Even if you don't eat it right there, you try not to eat it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take this bacon out, because it's on the crispy side right now. It's getting to be crispy. So that's about where we want it. So once we get this out and get it on a paper towel and let it start draining some of that oil off, but we're going to keep that oil inside of here. Make sure you keep all that good stuff in there. Okay, it's okay if there's a few little pieces still stuck in there. Just added flavor. We're going to stick a pound of grass-fed beef. And I like that 15% fat. And we're going to go ahead and mush this up a bit. Not mush it, but break it up, you know, that kind of thing. Once we start getting some brownness on this, we'll start adding a few spices. We'll be right back once we get that part. And just a side note, why this is doing its thing, browning up a little bit, you can go ahead and put a half a container of cream cheese in the microwave. That way you can get it softened up a little bit, and that way it'll be ready to go. So hang tight, we're almost ready. Okay guys, we're about at the point where we want to be. Hopefully this doesn't steam up too much. If it does, I'm going to move it a little bit this way. We're going to put about a teaspoon or so in there. And that's onion powder. And we got some garlic powder. Let's put a little bit more garlic in there. About a teaspoon and a half-ish, somewhere in that range. Go ahead and give that a mix. Get it all mixed up in there. There we go. And we have some Celtic salt, or Celtic salt, however you want to pronounce it. This is gray, coarse, and this is very good for your extra minerals that you won't be getting from eating your veggies and stuff like that. Put a couple pinches in there. Mix it up. And of course, we're going to put some pepper and light that puppy up. There we go. I'll probably end up putting more in there. And also, I have my own blend of chili powder, so to speak. And it's with a couple different types of hot peppers. It's probably the same thing as hot pepper flakes that you would put in there or something like that, but I grind it up into a powder because nobody wants to bite onto a pepper or a pepper seed or anything like that. So I tend to put that in there, give a little bit extra flavor. Again, some people say, oh, that's not carnivore, you're putting vegetables in there. Well, true, but these are powdered forms, and by the time it gets cooked, there's no trace of it, you just get the flavor. So, we're at the stage here that we're almost ready for our cream cheese. Yes, I said cream cheese. So, we'll be back as soon as we're ready for the next stage. Okay, it's getting spicy in here. Warming up a little bit. You can see, hear that big sizzle. Means about ready. Now I've got me a half a container of cream cheese there, as you can see, if it's not too steamy. We're going to put that in there. And I thought if I put it on a paper plate the last time it would come out easier. It didn't. So I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and use my bowl. Get it mixed in there real good. And our next part is very important. And you guys might be, that are not used to a carnivore diet, might be like freaking out. Why hasn't he drained that oil yet? Well, that fat is what you need on a carnivore diet. I've said this before. I'll say it again. If you start cutting this out, the lean, and start going lean and stuff, you'll have an opposite reaction to this, because you need that. A lot of people go lean and they have trouble with their, bathroom cycles. Okay, our next thing to add in here, let me scoot this out of the way, is beef bone broth. Now, you can use chicken broth, you can use beef broth. I like the beef bone broth. And this is our organic. And read your ingredients on the broth. Go ahead and pour that in there. You're going to need to read the ingredients of what you're putting in there. You should be doing that anyway to make sure they don't sneak in any vegetables or stuff. Because all the name brand broth, be it chicken, especially beef, is made with vegetables. They put vegetables with it. Carrot root, celery root, that's all the same thing. So you want to make sure, because you're supposed to be doing the carnivore thing, right? You can't do it if you're putting vegetables in your broth. And if you don't make it yourself, make sure you read the container. And this is called Zoop. Yep, Z-O-U-P, bone broth. And I like the bone broth because the bone broth is extra good for you. So might as well get some good stuff in there with you. And it's got a lot of flavor. And I'm probably going to add a little bit more water to this, because a lot of it will boil down as it's cooking, because we are going to slow cook this for at least 4 hours. Yeah, most of it's already cooked, you say, but we want that to boil down and thicken up a little bit. And we've got the cream cheese in there that will help thicken it up a little bit. And then right before you get ready to serve this, you're going to put in 1 to 2 cups, depending how you like it, 1 to 2 cups of cheddar cheese. Or you can mix it for, you know, Munster cheese and cheddar cheese. But this is bacon cheeseburger soup. So, in fact, you need cheddar cheese for that. But we'll be back after this cooks down for a good 4 hours. Okay, as you see, we've got our mild cheddar cheese ready to go. It's just a paper plate that I had for the bacon to drain the grease and stuff, so there may be a little bit of grease still on there. But we're going to crank this puppy down and get a couple cups of this cheese done. So just try to, that is. Something like this. There we go. And why are we doing this? We are doing this because when you get cheese that comes in a bag, it's just not cheese. They put stuff on it to make it easier so it doesn't clump up and all that fun stuff. So we're going to do this that way it's healthy. We know what's going in our body. It's just cheese. And I think this is a good amount. Probably a little over 2 cups, but good enough. Let's go ahead and put the rest of this up. And we should be ready here shortly. If you can hear that sizzling in the background, it's a boiling away. So we'll be back when we add our cheese. Okay, as you can see, it is cooking up just lovely. Oh man, it's looking good. That cream cheese has worked its way in there. Now it is time for us to start adding the cheese. Go ahead and just sprinkle it around, sprinkle it around. We're going to add about a good bit of this. We're going to leave a little bit just for garnish sake. That way we can put a little garnish on there and just mix it in there. Let that cheese melt within there. You don't want any cheese chunks floating around. You just want that yumminess. Like that. Go ahead and add a little bit more. Make sure you keep a little garnish out for yourself. Go ahead and stir that up some more. And it'll get a nice, very nice cheesy flavor to this. So, make it look so yummy. Okay, once we get that mixed up, we're going to let this simmer for just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. We'll be back in just a minute once this starts to simmer a little bit more and get all that melted cheese gooiness going. As you can see, we got a nice simmer going. And all that cheese is incorporated into the soup now. Depending how you like it, you can add more cheese if you want it totally cheesy. Go for it. It's up to you. You're the one eating it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. And I'm going to serve it up and show you how to garnish it and whatnot. If you like. Or you can just plop it up in here. Get some of this out. Ooh boy. It's nice and toasty. Now, let me go ahead and move this out of the way, and let's get our bowl up here, up front and center, so you can see what we got going on here. What I like to do is crumple up some bacon, drop in there. Then we're going to go ahead and, now you can do sour cream on top of this too, and it tastes real good. I like to put some more cheese on top, like so. Put some more bacon in there. So you got some bacon chunks in that thing. And there you go. That is the soup. This is the easy carnivore hamburger or cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger soup. Very good tasting. It's one of my favorite carnivore treats to make, and it's very easily. Just brown the ground beef up, put it in the pot, and put the broth in there and stuff, and let it slow cook for 4 hours. And you add the other stuff in there, and you're good to go. A little bit more cheese. A little bit more cheese. Put a little bit more bacon. Anyways, that's it, guys. Until our next video, make sure you comment down below what types of food do you want me to cook next. And we'll catch you on the next one. Happy cooking.